with this on, right here, there's the dinette. I'm going to sit in the recliner. And let's pull up my phone. I'll get to my, can you believe this? There's an app for this. Actually, there's not. There's 100 apps for it. I grabbed the app called Signal Strength. Hopefully that comes out, but Signal Strength. And it's pretty cool because you can do Wi-Fi or cellular. Download speed, a bunch of junk. But I just want cellular. And it actually is a meter that updates in real time. So your phone will do the signal strength also, but it doesn't update in real time. On my phone, I had to keep going back and forth between pages to get an update. So we're sitting here at 92, minus 92 decibels, which is a green signal, which is a good signal. The lower the number, the faster the signal, better the signal. Okay, so that's sitting here in the recliner. Let's turn off the booster and see what our signal is. I had the gimbal adjusted wrong the other day, so it was real bad. I figured out the correct way to do it, and I'll do a video on that also. And I apologize for that, but hopefully these videos get better and better for y'all so you don't have to suffer through this. Okay, so if you see the green light flash, try to get the underneath the 4G, it says LTE, and you'll see it flash. When that flashes, it updates. So right here with the booster off, it's minus 93. Now to me, that's a margin of error. I don't think that's boosted at all. Maybe I picked up negative, maybe I picked up a decimal boost. I doubt it. It probably changes more than that with cloud cover or wind or whatnot. Okay, so now we're going to turn the booster back on, and we're going to do a little bit more testing. Okay, so now our booster's back on, and now let's just go to the end of the dinette. So this is a standard dinette. Let me show you. It's a standard dinette, seats 4. It's no different than any other camper. Okay, so now at the end of the dinette, now we have a signal of 85. So we have some boost at this range, 83. So we're looking at 83 to 85. So in that short a distance, we gained 10, which I've heard, my understanding of that is that's a significant boost. Now we're at 81. $79. So we were at 92, now we're at 81. So, we gained 10. See, it fluctuates back and forth a little bit. Okay, that's at the end of the dinette. Now if we go into the middle of the dinette, 79, 77, 79, 77. Not much difference. Now we're going to get closer yet again. $79. $77. Generally, it takes about 2 to 3 green light flashes for it to update. So we're at 75, so not a huge difference, but from the other side of the camper to here, we went from 92 to 77. That's what, 17? Okay, now when we put it on the candy bar, which is what you're supposed to do, You're supposed to set it right on the candy. They call that the candy bar antenna. And I got to tighten this up here. Okay, when you put it right on the candy bar antenna, now we're at 68. So we went from 92 to 68. Now this is with my roof antenna laying flat, but I have a signal. I have a pretty good signal. So I'm not sure, you know, how good is this boosting? I really don't know. I know that my signal drops crazy. We can see that. We're at 66. I mean, we picked up almost 30 decibels. Yes, let's do a download speed test. So now we're doing an actual download test. Right now our booster's off. We're going to run 3 tests. This is our first one. .52 ping, we had 24. And now we're at 5. And we got our add. Then we're going to run it again. .22. So 22 and 5. And the third time. What, 21 and 6. Okay, that's 3 runs without the booster on. Now let's turn on the booster. Give it a second. This is sitting in the recliner where we had no signal boost. So now our booster's on. Now we're going to test. So our down is 24. Our upload was 12. Test again. So we're at 20 and 10. And one more time. That time we're at 31 and 12. And that's in our unboosted position. So we never, the numbers were higher every time. But it's still hard to say how much is network fluctuation and how much isn't. Now let's run it over from the table, like where we would be sitting. So we turned off our booster. Now we're sitting at the table, which is right beside our candy bar antenna. So we're at 25 and 5. There's a lot of fluctuation, so much fluctuation in just the numbers, it's so hard to say. We're at 21 and 6. And should I be waiting 5 minutes in between the test? It seems like once that's off, it's off, and we're getting pretty much an instant reaction. (21 and 6). 21 and 6 is with no boost. That's pretty much what we were getting over there. I mean, that's no boost. Should be this. Those numbers should be the same no matter where we are, because that's directly to Verizon. And that time we hit 20 and 10. So, it's a little not discouraging, but it's a little hard to tell how good our numbers would be, because there's so much difference. Okay, so now our signal, we turned our booster back on. Just going to give it a minute. And actually, our numbers are a little better. It's not as cloudy right now. I don't know how much that has to do with the bandwidth, if anything. It may not affect it. I don't know. I noticed one thing right away is our ping is almost always 10 points lower with a booster. So now we're at 21 and 14, and that's a lot higher upload speed. That's the first test. The download seems slower. And we made it into the 20s. Upload, we're at 20 and 14. And this time we started off pretty big there. (23 and 6). Really hard to say. I mean, the speeds are better, but how much boost are we getting? I don't know. With a good signal, I'm just not confident to say that how well this thing works. We will be on a campground here in 10 days or so, where we will know if this is working or not for sure. We're right on the candy bar antenna. So this was our maximum signal boost here. We could be capping out. That's not good at all. I mean, compared to some of our other ones. We could be capping out the Verizon's bandwidth, and so these are the best results we can get. Man, it's just hard to say. Okay, that was the first test, which wasn't good. Let's see if this one's any better. So that's 22 and 15. The upload speed definitely comes up. And then one more. And 15 again, and I received a notification during that test. So the upload speed definitely comes up. The download speed is up and down. It's all over the map. We'll run this test once we get to our camping spot on Sam Rayburn. We know we don't have a signal there. We've been there before. when we were picking out the site with our phones, we would get a signal, but if we tried to text or do anything, it would just say there's no signal. So it's right on the edge of having a signal that works. So if this won't boost that, it's pointless. It's just not going to work. So once we do that test, if it works, we'll be able to upload the video right from there, and y'all will know right away. If it doesn't work, I guess you'll know right away, but you won't be for certain until we get back and do another video on it. But that's going to be about 10 days or so. We should have that up for y'all. Sorry, the results aren't a little bit, more clear. It's so hard to say on this thing. So we're looking at 17 and 12. And I'm just going to kill the power. Okay, we turn the signal off. See, that's actually worse with the booster on than with it off. Well, 22 and 5. Upload definitely, upload goes from 5 to 15. That's just crazy, so it definitely helps with that. See, the thing is the test in general is so inconsistent. Now the download's 13. We were in the 20s, so it definitely, and we're at 4. So it definitely was better than that. I'm not sure, y'all. It looks to me like it's just about doubling the speed. We know we have a signal boost for sure. So once we test it on Rayburn, we'll let you guys know how it works. All right, y'all. We'll catch you later.